Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we are live swatching KB Shimmer's Best in Snow collection, Winter 2023. This is officially my first winter collection and I'm so excited. So all of the Black Friday sales info and details will be down below in the description box. And if you enjoy live swatches, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We're jumping right in with Mistletoe You So. Well, Mistletoe You So, but Told You So is, you get the idea. So this one is a nod to those meet cute holiday movies. A shimmering deep forest green base easily changes into a rich cranberry red when viewing angles are changed. At some angles, the red hue deepens into burgundy or shows off a flash of gold. With coverage in 2 coats, this nail polish will quickly become a winter favorite. Now, descriptions are KB Shimmer's, but opinions are mine. And I was not that excited about this when I first saw it in the bottle. I was just like, okay, it's green to red, it's a multi-chrome. I love multi-chromes. I think we all love multi-chromes. So let's see what this has to offer. As I don't know about anyone else, but in my experience, multi-chromes don't show their true brilliance until you hit that second or third coat. So on coat number 2, I had my full opacity. I top coated it with clearly on top and went about my business, only to find out how gorgeous it was as you changed angles. So next up is Just Roll With It. This one is a nail polish that is a sparkling tan shade loaded with a mix of holographic glitters, shades of silver, bronze, and gold combined to mimic sugar-covered cookies. A golden shifting shimmer adds a touch of warmth. Hints of yellow, copper, orange appear, and 2 to 3 coats, thin coats that is, will offer full coverage. For a glass-like finish, let it fully dry and then top it with smooth moves before finishing with clearly on top. I know that that was part of the description, but it's also part of my regimen whenever I'm doing a heavy glitter polish, because we all know glitter polishes will devour your top coat if you don't put something smoothing in the middle. So after it dried, I went ahead and applied my smooth moves and then finished with clearly on top, only to truly fall in love with this. I always have polishes like this and I never wear them except for like around New Year's. I think I might have to change that this year because there's no way that this polish should sit and wait for any type of time of year. So our next one is a reflective, and I know there are some of you who are just not feeling reflectives, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it anyway. This one is Null It All, and it's a Christmas red reflective nail polish. A bold red jelly base twinkles with red reflective pigment in low lighting, while a bold red flash comes through in brighter lighting for a sparkling effect perfect for the holiday season. This festive shade features a new, easier to apply reflective formula and is best in 2 coats. For a glass-like finish, you know it, you guessed it, smooth moves and finish with clearly on top. So I went ahead and of course that first coat was giving Christmas vibes so hard. I fell in love with it. But I need 2 coats to feel completely secure. So on that second coat, I was smitten. I just love reds. And it's a sparkly, super sparkly red. So if For those of you who don't like reflectives, I apologize. I know my excitement is sometimes annoying and seems a little overrated, but when you see one you really, really love, all you can do is just be happy to have it. That brings us to our next reflective. I promise it's not a whole reflective collection, I promise. This one is Stocking Development, and it is a bright green reflective nail polish. The Kelly green color dances between emerald and dark lime with twinkling reflective glitters catching the light. This festive shade features that new, easier to apply reflective, and you guessed it, don't forget your smooth moves before finishing with clearly on top. Let's talk about the polish. So, I don't think I can get enough of greens. And it's funny because I never seek out greens. They show up in collections and sometimes they just completely and totally steal the show for me. This is one such instance because I wasn't looking for a green. I wasn't trying to find one, and it's gorgeous. And that newer, easier to apply reflective glitter is such a blessing in my eyes because I really did not like how grainy and gritty it was. I just liked the effect. So this is perfect for me. I can be more pleased. And that brings us to our next polish. This one is Tripped Up, and it is a rich and lively purple nail polish. I don't think that there's any question here of how happy I was to see it, but we'll go ahead and continue with the description. The grape colored base features a captivating blue shimmer that amps up the purple to a rich indigo blue and luscious violet as the shimmer shifts and angles change. In some lights, the purple base is set off by that bold blue flash, while in others, the entire color seems to change. A scattering of diamond like holographic glitter adds mesmerizing twinkle to this luminous shade. Two coats should offer full coverage for most. All my long nail friends out there, I know y'all are gonna need more. Let's start with two. Two's a good starting point because one, all I was seeing was the grapey purple, which that is fine. I don't have a problem with it. However, you all know by now I am pretty generally a two coat kind of girl, and that's just because a lot of polishes that I've tried, I didn't really respect them until I got to that second coat. And that's when I see all of the other elements that might have been a little more shy in just that first coat. So, as the description said, in the warmer lighting, you can totally see that grapey purple, and in the cooler lighting, the blue flash totally took over in the still photo. And that brings us to another polish. This one is Freeze the Day. Freeze the Day is a vibrant indigo blue nail polish with subtle color shifts from a lapis I am never going to get this one right. Lapis lazuli like hue to sapphire blue and indigo. So bold flakes flutter within the base, showing a silver white hue that sometimes skews pale pink or slightly gold, mirroring the look of falling snowflakes. A hint of sparkle from added microholographic glitter adds depth to this wintry shade. So, like the description says, best in two coats. I did two coats, and I was pleased with two coats in both the still and on the camera. So, I think I can say two coats is a great place to start. For me, I usually don't like the flakies in my shimmers. I don't mind the holographic glitters as much. And somehow, once we start to talk about the description inspired by falling snowflakes, I became a little less irritated and more fond of it because I love snowflakes in the winter. I just don't like driving in snow. Like, that would be the only thing that I'm not fond of. And honestly, it is gorgeous together. This one I would also use the smooth moves just because of those flakes. So now we are moving on to Skiing is Believing, and this is the one I'm most excited to tell you about, but I will read the description first. This one is a nail polish that features a magenta base loaded with color shifting shimmer, paying homage to those bright colored skiers. The shimmer glistens with gold hue that gives away to green and near blue with changing angles. Other angles show off warm peach and orange tones with the edges sneaking in hints of purple. Two coats gives full coverage for most. So, why am I excited about this one? Because I applied it on my nail in my two coats and I was like, okay, fine, it is a cutie pie and I really like it. However, that afternoon light that I always end up swatching in, I accidentally stumbled across some crazy levels of shifting in indirect light, and it reminded me of a pinker version of hidden potential. So, what I want y'all to do is to definitely make sure you look at all the swatches for this one because I believe you'll see the potential there as well. And if you're like me and you're a stainer, make sure you give yourself a generous coat of base coat before applying. Just, between us stainers. And we get to play with one more stunning, gorgeous polish before we get to the topper of this collection. This one is just the coolest. And this nail polish starts with a pale periwinkle jelly base, and colorful microflakes are added to it, and they shift through a wide array of enchanting colors, showing off pale pink to peach, golden yellow to lime, and even hints of blue at some angles. A dash of micro holographic glitter adds a touch of sparkle for the perfect icy manicure. Two coats will offer good coverage for most, but for those with longer nails, you may prefer three. I was smitten with this one just because of the shifts. The shifts were what did it for me. Pale Periwinkle isn't, in my opinion, that far out from a winter collection concept. But when you added those flakies and all of them color shifting in different ways, it definitely reminded me of light reflecting through icicles and bouncing off of them. So, two coats was it for me. However, I still think that it would also look amazing over a navy blue or black base. Let me know down in the comments what you think because I am curious to do now like a cool tone dark purple or even like a violet or maybe even a magenta. Who knows? Things might get crazy this winter because this polish, this shift is so beautiful and I loved it. So now we are finally at the end of the video. I hope you all have enjoyed it so far. We are going in with Ice and Easy. This one is the topper of the collection, and I'm trying to dull down some of my excitement. And it's not really working. I am like almost breathless because I'm trying to hold back squeals, but this one really made me so happy. Let me get to the description for you. So, Ice and Easy is a gleaming nail polish topper loaded with a rainbow of colorful shifting flakes and a dusting of micro holographic glitter over white. Enjoy the near snow light effect with light when the light catches a bit of flake or glitter for a subtle pop of color. Layer over darker colors to watch the flakes come alive and show off bold hues in a full spectrum of colors, best in one or two coats. So I didn't do it over white just because I'm not gonna lie to you all. I love these kinds of toppers. I love them less so over white. I really find that they come through more beautifully over darker colors. However, I have been persuaded since then that I might decide to put them over some pastels, especially during the spring, to give them a little boost because every spring I'm always like, pastels, meh. However, let's get back to the polish. I loved it as a topper for a Your Nails But Better. I used a Ridge Filling Base Coat, Feelin' Groovy by KB Shimmer, and then I just went ahead and put it on in two coats. I think I would like a sheer pink base a little bit better, so that might be an option in the future. And then, of course, we did it over black, and not just black. I also did it over like a burgundy, purple, blue, and then like a dark shimmery green. So I will post that on my Instagram. In the meantime, let's get to those side by sides. How about how well the smooth moves and clearly on top work together to create that glassy, glossy shine that I love with reflectives and any glitters for that matter. I don't know. They're less fun, they're less exciting, and they draw me in less when they're like grainy and I see that they have demolished a top coat. I just don't fall in love with them. But when it's glossy and it's plump and it's glassy and it just looks juicy on the nail like you got it professionally done and it's a gel coat, that's 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 the epitome of perfection for me. And yes, I did spend a little more time on these side by sides than I really should have, but I was really feeling my nails, and that's kind of how you can tell is by how long the side by side is. So, what I loved about this collection, one of the big things was the fact that Christy managed to mix traditional Christmassy shades and also some really pretty winter inspired ones as well. That's what I look for in a winter collection. A lot of times, winter collections drop heavily on the holiday side, which if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I don't get into holiday grooves until it's like 2 days away. And then suddenly it hits me that I need a manicure for this. And then I get inspired. But the rest of the month, I'm not paying any attention to it. So I really appreciate having a collection that does both so that you can purchase the collection. And then if you haven't planned something for the holidays, you can go ahead, pull any polish or combination of polishes. Hear me out. I thought that the gold and sparkly went really well with the red and green, especially with some white nail art. I feel like that would work well. And of course, I had to show two of the main components of this collection because I use them so much. Smooth moves, so that you know what it looks like when you hit your one-stop shop. Speaking of one-stop shops, I just want to say really quick, KB Shimmer is going to have a Black Friday Cyber Monday deal launch on Wednesday, November 22nd at 10 a.m. EST, where you can enjoy 20% off your entire order by using the code BlackFriday20. And in addition, the first 500 orders will receive a free bottle of Smooth Moves, their glitter smoothing topper. The sale ends at 11:59 p.m. on Monday, November 27th. I will have that down in the description, along with the fact that Best in Snow is going to launch on Wednesday, November 22nd at 10 a.m. EST. So you can kind of just jump right in, do your Black Friday shopping, and grab this collection at the same time. Does it get any better than that? I don't know for sure, but I'm sure you all will let me know. If you are part of my nail fam, I am sending out virtual hugs. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me while I swatch this collection. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you'll continue to subscribe and come and hang out. As always, take care of yourselves and each other.